We're just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Houston Texans. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the gun, it's Carr. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Myles Garrett showing that athleticism as he gets in to make the play. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Tight end to the right, boys. Tight end to the right. Move. Even. Let's go.
They find some open field here. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Check. Crunch.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. On play action. Now Carr. And a high throw there as this is knocked away down to the ground and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Carr now to throw. Screen play, Johnson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's a gain of 6, but not enough as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. The Texans' new punter for 2021, Cameron Johnston, on to punt. Back deep, Ryan Switzer. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Under 10.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
In your face.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
First down, Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Check 4, check 4.
And now Mayfield on the bootleg. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 42.
Hey, watch the slant. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah.
From the gun, Mayfield.
Watch the run.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
58, boys, 58.
A second down throw for Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Ryan Switzer, his second touchdown on the season. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up. They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. Here's Carr to throw. And that is incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game. It's certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Here's Switzer. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now. Jarvis Landry now in his 4th year with Cleveland, a 5-time Pro Bowler. No one plays harder in the league, and he's only missed 1 game in 7 years. He does what he always does, makes a nice catch there.
Watch the flag, watch the run. Watch the flag, motion, flag.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3.
Here's Mayfield. He's going to have the hook up to Schwartz. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Nick Chubb saw his role kind of diminish in the passing game last year. His receptions went down from 36 to just 16, but let's be fair about this. He missed some time with a knee injury, and he also had Kareem Hunt in the backfield, who absorbed a lot of catches along.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Kareem Hunt, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. McLaughlin for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Here's Johnson again on 2nd down. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now it's Carr. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, It used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 44 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Mayfield's throw taken in by Landry. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage 1 play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
They'll run with Chubb. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
On 2nd and goal, Mayfield toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Chubb will score. Touchdown, Cleveland. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and it's now 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A huge play there for Houston. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On play action, it's Carr. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front. And to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what second down brings.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. 63 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, first and 10.
Check three, check three. Alert, 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 alert.
Mayfield off the play fake. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10.
QB's trash. Let's go. Back, back, back.
Mayfield looks to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn.
Mayfield to throw it. And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down. On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And an update from down in the Steel City. The Raiders are out to an early lead. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Jadeveon Clowney picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Switzer on the return. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Browns drive about to get started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Man, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
right, 51.
Mayfield now. That's caught. It's Demetric Felton. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, let's go. Let's calm the crowd. Here we go.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Open man here, Schwartz, complete. Dances by him. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Ryan Switzer, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Browns continue to pull away here in this first half. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
Here we go.
Carr now on 1st down. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, we got to seal. We got to seal. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Throwing now is Carr. And he finds Danny Amendola. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And oh, he almost had his 2nd pick of the game. Probably should have. Yeah, he's frustrated as it falls incomplete. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the 2nd half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the 2nd half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Regular. 51. Run. 51. Get that quarterback.
A run for Nick Chubb, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 39, Mayfield. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
You got nothing. Go, Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, let's go.
To throw, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
And until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Carr completes it. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Carr going to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jordan. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now a play fake. Carr. And it's complete. What a catch at the 7. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
2nd down and goal. Carr. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll make it 3rd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Philip Dorsett there to make the grab. And the Texans cut into that lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. The Browns drive about to get started. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. They begin this drive with Chubb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 94 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. Chubb. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he fires one incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
McLaughlin now for the Browns field goal. This from 54 yards away. And his kick is indeed good. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who could make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
He's going to air it out deep for Amendola. And he almost had his 2nd pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete. Now Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Whatever you do, don't let 89 go deep.
Here's Carr. And it's caught here, Amendola. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Now a first down throw complete downfield. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Certainly worth noting he's now one catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career.
Pick me up. Here we go. Tight end left. Even. On
first down, Carr. Amendola has it. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations, quite the accomplishment. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
Well, this likely a must-have. 3rd and goal.
Now Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Philip Dorsett with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Texans get a bit closer.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. It's up and good, and that'll make our score 31-14 now. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
121 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you.
A first down throw for Mayfield.
That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones.
And he's got this down to the 35. Back-to-back gains of 17, and they are really on the march now. It's a first down. A give running right is Chubb. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back gains of 17, and they are really on the march now. It's a first down. Now Mayfield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
Let's go. 58, right over there, Yeah. Regular. I'm coming.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones. Touchdown. Donovan Peoples-Jones from 17 yards out. And the Browns are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is now 24. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Carr. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Defense wins championships, baby. Show an eight.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Switch gears. Out.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And room there to work it inside the 25. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it.
And they take a knee. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
58's the mic, 58. 58's the mic. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And to be frank, Charles, probably not too many people surprised at how this one turned out.
Yeah, I don't think so at all. I mean, they're such a good football team. They were at home. You know, you walked in and you looked at the advantages and you saw that they had most of them. It'd take a lot to try and even it up. I just thought 2 words for this ball game: methodical and predictable. Both of them came together.
So for Cleveland, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. They get to stay put for a few days.